My ex-husband called CPS on me during our custody battle. They investigated him instead. My ex-husband Joshua had been building his case against me ever since the judge ordered him to pay child support. Joshua decided he wanted full custody so he wouldn't have to pay me a single cent. He bought a hidden camera to film our 8-year-old daughter Tracy during his weekends, trying to catch her saying something bad about me so that he could use it as evidence. He even paid his cousin to break into my apartment and plant recording devices. I work as a nurse at the hospital and sometimes my shifts run late, so Joshua started documenting every single minute I was late picking her up. He'd also take photos during his custody weekends, but only the ones that looked terrible. A photo of Tracy making herself a sandwich became proof of child abandonment. A small bruise from playing soccer became proof of physical abuse. Kimberly is going down hard, he told his brother while showing him the folder of evidence. When I'm done with her, she will never see Tracy again. When the doorbell rang on a Tuesday morning, I knew something was wrong immediately. The night before, Joshua had sent me a text that said, "Enjoy your last day with her." He told me I should be grateful if the judge let me see Tracy at Christmas. Now Mrs. Hendricks from Child Protective Services stood at my door with official paperwork. Joshua had actually gone through with his threat to destroy my life. "Your ex-husband filed an emergency report claiming that your daughter is in immediate danger," Mrs. Hendricks said, stepping inside. "He claims you leave Tracy alone for entire nights while you party with men." The accusations got worse with every page she turned. "He says you have been starving her and she has lost 15 pounds in 2 months." Another page flip showed photos Joshua had edited to make Tracy look skinnier. He claims Tracy told him she's terrified of you and begs not to go home. My hands were shaking because I knew Tracy would never say that. He even got 3 people to sign statements saying they've seen you driving drunk to school pickup. Mrs. Hendricks walked through my house checking everything while I scrambled to defend myself. I showed her the full refrigerator and freezer packed with Tracy's favorite foods. I pulled out medical records from Tracy's checkup 2 weeks ago, showing perfect health. I explained that my mother lives 2 houses down and watches Tracy whenever I have to work late. Joshua actually called our office demanding to be present for this home inspection, so I asked him to join us. The doorbell rang again, and there was Joshua in his expensive suit, looking smug. "I just want what's best for Tracy," he said to Mrs. Hendricks while pulling out his own folder. "I have more evidence here showing Kimberly is a terrible mother if you need it." Mrs. Hendricks looked at him for a long moment. "Actually, Joshua, I'm glad you're here. We need to discuss something extremely serious." She pulled out a folder 3 times thicker than the one Joshua brought. "We've been investigating you for 4 months based on 23 separate reports." Joshua's smug grin melted off his face like wax as she spread out pages covered in official stamps. 15 different people have called our hotline about your treatment of Tracy." She started reading while Joshua's mouth hung open. "Your neighbor called after finding Tracy locked outside in freezing rain for 3 hours." Joshua started to speak, but Mrs. Hendricks kept going. "Another neighbor reported hearing you scream, 'I wish you'd never been born,' at your daughter." His hand started shaking as she flipped to another page. "The building manager found Tracy sleeping in the laundry room at 2 in the morning because you wouldn't let her back in." Joshua tried to interrupt, saying this was all lies, but Mrs. Hendricks pulled out a sworn statement. "Your girlfriend Jessica called us after witnessing you make Tracy stand facing the wall for 8 hours straight without food, water, or bathroom breaks." She had recordings of Joshua telling Tracy she was garbage who ruined his life. She also filmed you slamming Tracy against a wall when she cried for her mother. Mrs. Hendricks showed me the video, and hearing my daughter sobbing made me want to vomit. "This is all fake. Kimberly set this up." Joshua started yelling, but Mrs. Hendricks wasn't finished. "Mr. Joshua, the most damaging evidence came from you." She pulled out his report against me with sections highlighted in yellow. "You wrote right here that you've been the perfect father every single weekend for 4 months." She showed him his own handwriting listing dates and times. "March 15th, you wrote Tracy was safe and happy with you all day, but that's when your neighbor called about her being locked outside." She matched up every date Joshua had listed with a matching abuse report. "March 22nd, you claim you gave Tracy the best day ever, but that's when she was found in the laundry room." Joshua stood up, knocking his chair over, screaming, "This is entrapment. You can't do this." Mrs. Hendricks stayed perfectly calm. "By documenting that you were responsible for Tracy on these exact dates, you've given us written proof you were present for every incident." She pulled out emergency paperwork. Joshua tried to grab for the papers, but Mrs. Hendricks pulled them away. "I'm filing for immediate removal of all your parental rights, and the police are already on their way." The judge granted me permanent full custody of Tracy, and Joshua still has to pay child support from jail, where he's serving 18 months for child endangerment.